The 90s were the best, weren't they? Music was horrible yet awesome. Fashion was absolutely dreadful and decidedly unawesome. People weren't obsessed with kale. Twitter wasn't invented yet, so there was nothing for people to be angry about. It was a good time. Best of all, though, we had amazing video games and amazing cartoons. And sometimes both at the same time. But first, I should mention that this video is sponsored by Black Desert, a game that is decidedly not 90s. Unless we're talking about this outfit. This outfit is pretty 90s. Black Desert is an MMO that I've talked about several times in the past. Seriously, I did a video on it like 3 weeks ago. With fast-paced action combat, a huge seamless world, a character creator that rivals the gods. I said rivals, not beats! Yeesh, touchy. And frankly, it looks better than anything else from the 90s. Unless we're talking about Lou Albano. Black Desert is currently celebrating its 4th anniversary. In celebration, there are several events happening right now. While the game is normally buy to play, you can click on my link down below to get yourself a free 7-day trial. And if you log in now, you can also help in-game through a quest line to benefit a real-life charity that supports endangered wildlife. So get in there! And while the game downloads, you can finish my video. And as an additional celebration, there's another link in the description where you can enter to win one of 10 $50 Steam gift cards. Okay, back to the show. The late 80s and early 90s brought us several cartoons based on popular video games, most of which you probably know about and might even love in an ironic sense. Captain N, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, The Legend of Zelda, Double Dragon, Sonic, I'm sure I'm missing a few. But did you remember that there was a cartoon based around the main blue man himself, Mega Man? I sure did, but that's beyond the point. I don't see anyone ever mention this show when they talk about the old pantheon of video game cartoons. Why? Why do people seem to forget about this one? Was it that bad, or that good? Or something? Well, let's watch an episode and find out, shall we? Starting off is the main theme, which just by the starting notes gets you freaking pumped! Yeah! It's also lyrically impressive, clocking in at a staggering 9 whole words over 60 seconds.
Super fighting robot, Mega Man,
I mean, that's a kind of impressive. However, what I find most impressive about the intro is the nightmare-inducing imagery. But there's no time for crying in the fetal position. Let's get into the episode. We open on a futuristic airport full of hovercraft, jets, robot baggage handlers, and the TSA. You can't take that liquid into the terminal! These are actually Dr. Wily's evil robots. And I'm just going to assume you've played the games and know who I'm talking about because the show sure does. They've come to attack the airport for some reason or another.
My plan is going perfectly, Proto Man. Once the airport is mine, I'll control the city.
That's not how that works. You know what? No one correct him. So as the robots continue to wreck up the place, the police arrive to only get immediately owned.
Dispatch, we just drove into a hole. Over.
Roger that. Luckily, a pilot manages to get out a distress call to our hero, Mega Man. Why a random pilot has a direct line to Mega Man, I have no idea, and I'm sure it'll never be explained.
He must be stopped, Mega Man.
Right! I'm out of here!
Yeah, we're out of here.
Whoa! Where are you going?
With you.
Not a chance, Fancy Pants. I don't need any girl robots getting in my way.
Hold up. I know we're only minutes in, but I have a few things. 1. You're not one to be talking about fancy pants there, Mega Man. 2. This was a 90s cartoon. They were still really figuring out how to navigate gender issues, but it usually played out like this. Guy tells girl she can't go on mission because it's too dangerous. And then the girl goes anyway, helps out, and proves him wrong. It was a thing. 3. Girl robot. I was unaware robots had genders, or needed genders. What's up with that, Dr. Light? And since he can't answer, I have a theory, but we'll come back to that later. So off Mega Man goes with his trusty robot dog surfboard, Rush. But first...
Hey, don't forget your energy cans, Mega Man!
Thanks, Eddie. Let's jet out of here.
Let's just gloss over that clearly radioactive glow. Good to see Mountain Dew still exist in the future.
Mega Man's gonna need my help whether he needs it or not.
That's not how that works. You know what? No one correct her. Mega Man quickly arrives at the airport to stop Wily's robots by causing millions of dollars in collateral damage himself. In case you don't know, Mega Man's main gimmick in the video game is gaining his opponent's powers by defeating them, and then using said power to defeat other enemies that are weak to said power, such as defeating Ice with Fire, etc. In the TV show, he's simply able to touch his enemy's arm to to steal their power, get used to that shot by the way, and then just uses that power willy-nilly. Oh yeah, this is Proto Man, Mega Man's older brother that Dr. Wily built and turned evil. He's epic.
Let's see how fancy your powers are against me, mega jerk.
As those two fight, Roll shows up and... Did she just suck him to death? With a vacuum? Screw the energy blasters and bombs and Give that girl a blender and let her go to town! Unfortunately, Gutsman and Cutman jump in and throw a train at Roll, which I guess is vacuum-proof. Mega Man runs in and manages to push her out of the way, but runs out of power just in time to take the train to Pain Town. Next stop, intensive care. Fortunately, the evil robots are idiots and go back to their random destruction, leaving Roll alone, even though she's frankly been just as effective as Mega Man up to this point, if not more so. She grabs Mega Man and they head back to Dr. Light's lab to get fixed up. Also, holy shit! She lifted that wreckage like it was nothing. Are we sure Mega Man is the super fighting robot? Just saying.
The airport is ours! And with no air transportation, the city will soon come to its knees.
Still not how it works! You know, I'm starting to question his supposed genius.
It's all my fault, Dr. Light. I never should have gone.
You're right, Roll. How dare you show up, kick ass, and then save Mega Man? It's totally your fault he ran out of energy and didn't, move.
Oh, Eddie should have given him more energy cans.
Yes, it was your fault! Turn him into a trash can! As Dr. Light works, we get a flashback to when Dr. Light and Dr. Wily were partners and had just started creating robots. They had just created Proto Boy, I guess? Their goal was to create robots for all walks of life to help mankind. Or replace them, but whatever. They activate Proto Boy, who immediately goes evil. Just like all artificial intelligence will. Have we learned nothing? Whew, good thing you all forgot to give it the intelligence part. Dr. Light blames Dr. Wily's work for the malfunction with a healthy amount of confident denial.
I programmed the system, Dr. Light. It must be something else.
No, I'm sure it's the guidance system.
Couldn't possibly be my work, has to be yours. No need to check, just scrap all of it. Naturally, this pisses off Dr. Wily, who proceeds to sneak into the lab at night to steal his plans back rather than destroying them. What he didn't realize is that Dr. Light apparently sleeps at the lab because he has no one in his life. More on that later. The two have a brief chase ending in Dr. Light eating Floor and Dr. Wily escaping. See, because of his genius, Dr. Wily was made fun of as a boy. He never had friends or even toys. That's why he wants to create robots to be his friends and to take over the world. And I'll give Mega Man this. For a 90s cartoon, that's a pretty good backstory for a villain. Nicely done, show. So he proceeds to create Proto Man. On the flip side, 3 months later, Dr. Light creates Rock, aka Mega Man, but not yet Mega, although he is looking mega buff, damn. And Roll, a girl robot for household chores, supposedly. More on that in just a moment.
I look human.
Yes. And I programmed you to feel like a human.
But why? Theory time! Why would Dr. Light make two robots that look and feel human? There's no reason for that I can think of other than maybe so they would be better accepted by actual humans. However, his other robot designs clearly weren't human-looking. They appear to be designed for function. So why give these specific robots human features and seemingly no function outside of household chores? Keep in mind, Rock wasn't designed to be a super fighting robot yet. He has no clear function. And why do these robots need human anatomy specific to certain genders? He clearly gave Roll some anatomical parts, and I'm just going to assume Rock isn't a kin doll. There's just no practical use for those parts in robots. Well, no use except for one. They're sex bots! A young buff male bot and a young pretty female bot made to pneumatically pulverize people's pelvises. I think Dr. Light was a lonely old man with no one else in his life. So he made Roll first to be his personal sex bot. And as not to appear crazy, gave her some appliances to do household chores with, and then made a male bot as well to cover his tracks. Or maybe Dr. Light's just an idiot who's really bad at design, because there is no way this thing is even remotely functional. It's just a theory. A game theory! Someone contact Game Theory and get them to do a video on this subject. I'm moving on.
Time for young robots to get to bed.
I said moving on, Dr. Light! Y'all! Shortly thereafter, Dr. Wily and Proto Man break into Dr. Light's lab to steal his new robots. Better be stealthy about it. Good job, guys! No one heard you, I'm sure. Never mind. Sex. Robot. Dr. Wily reprograms the robots to be under his control. Why this doesn't also work on Rock and Roll, I don't know, and I'm sure it'll never be explained. Roll attacks, once again proving she's the better fighter, but is quickly thwarted and they are all taken away by Dr. Wily as Dr. Light looks on helplessly.
Why would Dr. Wily want rock and roll? And what are they going to do with them?
Oh, I can think of a few things. Okay, someone help me, I can't stop. In typical bad guy fashion, Dr. Wily explains to Rock that he's gonna turn them both against mankind, which is no good. Dear future generations, if you become a scientist and one of your colleagues laughs like this, just do us all a favor and call the police immediately, because they evil. Just before Wily can begin the reprogramming, Rock and Roll start distracting him by talking, because 90s bad guy. Rock claims that Dr. Light built super warrior robots who are already on their way to destroy Wily. But if they let him go, he'll show Wily how to stop them. As far as Wily knows, robots can't lie, so he lets him go.
Tell me how to stop those robots.
Simple. First, you grab hold of one of these, like this, and then you shove it at them, like this.
Seriously, why anyone thinks these two are a threat to anything other than themselves is beyond me. Rock and Roll manage to escape and head back to Dr. Light. Turns out Rock can lie because of his human emotions. Cool, robots can lie now, we're f***ed. Not in that way, but, well, Dr. Light decides that the only way to protect the world from Dr. Wily is to make Rock into a robot warrior.
Imagine, my brother a super warrior.
Yeah, don't get too excited, Roll.
I will call him Mega Man.
Mega Man.
He may be a robot, but I have never seen a robot look that soulless. We're also reintroduced to Rush, Mega Man's robotic dog companion who has a tongue. It has a tongue. It has a tongue! Where did Dr. Light get a dog tongue to put into a robot? You really are sick, aren't you?
While Dr. Light was rebuilding you, Mega Man, I did some work on myself.
Wait, she gave herself that vacuum? Sex. Robot. Mega Man finally wakes up, presumably weeks later.
I gotta get back to the airport and stop Dr. Wily and Proto Man.
Or minutes later, and he and Roll head back to fight Dr. Wily's bots again.
This time, Eddie bring you double order of energy cans.
My pee's gonna eat through steel now, thanks!
Nothing can stop me. Now, it's time for the mayor of the city to surrender!
Not how it works! F it, someone just give the idiot the city. Mega Man arrives and the fight begins again. And yet again, Mega Man causes more destruction than we ever saw the evil bots do. God damn it, Mega Man. Rush and Roll even get on the action by taking on Elecman. Oh god, she has a blender! She has a blender! She's become the most powerful being on the planet! Everyone run for your lives! While Mega Man fights Guts Man, Proto Man decides to join in and... I now know way too much about what Proto Man does in his off time. Oh god, he's gonna frappe him! That's not how that works! Never mind! Wily and Proto Man escape and the city begins to rebuild the airport.
The credit goes to all of us.
Even me?
Even you, Roll. And my faithful robot dog, Rush. Hey, fetch, Rush! Sometimes I'm not too sure Rush's circuits are wired correctly.
Air traffic control, we have a dog on the wing.
Roger that. And that's episode 1 of Mega Man. This show is not what I remember, but maybe I'm just reading way too much into things now. Overall though, there's worse shows to watch. Mega Man is pure 90s, and I love it. So find yourself a Mega Man figure and remember, you're holding a sex doll. Thanks again to our sponsor, Black Desert. Happy 4th birthday. Make sure to click on the link below to get yourself a free 7-day trial and enter to win a $50 Steam gift card. 3 months later, Dr. Light creates Rock, aka Me Gay Man, but not Me Gay Man. That was Freudian. What he didn't realize is that Dr. Leet. Ooh. That is not true.